Yeah.
Mangathi sikwatile. I know some people, they will say,
like, what do you mean? Uyamncintsha?
Yes, uyangcintsha because mina I'm the.
Mara madoda njalo vele nina niyancintsha.
Yes, mina also. No, I'm
Yes,
not scared.
please.
No, Coco knows I love sex.
Yeah.
Not.
in that 3 times a week, ne? Simunye, oh, we are one.
Njani?
I was with man 2 rounds. Yo.
That's my thing.
Can't do I
promise
4
you.
play and depend like 4. Like, where's 1, where's 4? Like, when's the 4 or 4?
F-O-R-E.
Minang 12 play.
Abaningi we struggle.
Mina bengifesha wrong, singing wrong. You understand? And bona.
I
Ngiyabona
think,
isihlolo DINEO.
yeah,
Eish. Umuntu akuscratcha.
Abana bakunqoba specs. Yes. Umfake peti.
Yeah.
Ispecs uzibeke side.
Yeah.
Hey sexies, welcome to this episode of DINEO on sex and stuff.
It's another Tuesday, and yes, indeed, if you look at your watch, you'll see it's 3 o'clock, so we're on time. Another episode of DINEO on sex and stuff, and I don't fly solo today. Interesting times, because it seems to me like this gent keeps following me into the episodes. His name is Dominic. He's back again. If you enjoy him, I hope you'll still enjoy him again today. And today we're talking, it's all about relationships now. Couples, things that couples do. We're joined by Gugula Daisy. They are in business together as a couple. And obviously they are in No-Tlof together. And they are in growing together as a couple. Welcome to Sex and Stuff.
Thank you.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
My sexies. Thank you so much for joining us. So I just want to start off, 2 seconds. You guys are in business together, 100%.
100%, yeah.
What business are you in together?
We in construction.
Yeah.
Electrical. Because remember, there's building, there's electrical. So we do your maintenance, your new installations in buildings, properties, your generators. Yeah, that's. I get it. There's high voltage, there's medium voltage. So we are on the MV. We call it MV. Medium voltage. Yeah, like your 3-phase and single phases.
So that means your services are provided to what clientele? Is it residential? Small businesses.
Our
you describe it as medium voltage.
Yeah, that's medium voltage. Our client that we've had for the past 7-8 years. It's a property company.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they've got their own buildings around South Africa. So we maintain their properties, especially here in Gauteng and Pretoria.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got buildings, 13th floor, shopping malls.
So that's mass.
Yeah.
That's mass.
Yeah.
That's quite mass.
It's putting food on the table.
We'd like to think so.
Yeah, no.
We'd like to think so.
Although it's got its ups and downs. Eh?
I can imagine.
Yes.
Speaking of ups and downs, as a couple that's in business together, do you ever take your challenges, I would imagine, from the office to the bedroom with you? Like boardroom wars, do they infiltrate the bedroom?
I think that's yours.
Yeah, no, it does, definitely. I'm not going to lie. And
I like your honesty.
Yeah, I'm
Thank
not going to
you.
lie and say,
Yeah.
listen, everything is always hullabaloo, like everything, we do have disagreements about ABC because he's on the going out there type of thing. I'm
Going out
always,
there how?
Yes. Like going for site briefings
I
and
go sites.
looking after the
Okay.
workers,
She's on the
checking if
admin.
everything is running in, order that we want to.
Yeah.
And I'm always home running the finances. I'm on the finance side of the business.
Yeah, what?
Isn't that a better place to be?
Yeah, and
Yeah, what?
and
What?
I believe.
Yeah,
yeah, and people would look at us, actually not at us, but look at him funny that Coco, why is your wife running the finances of the business? And we decided that even the business is going to be under my name. So I'm his CEO. I'm like
Yeah, no. The business is 100% under her name.
mine.
Yeah.
She's the sole director.
Mm,
So I'm the operations. I actually work for her.
mm.
Yeah.
Everything, now I just go to work, go on site, do the work. When they pay, she tells me, baby, they paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
Yabona,
Bese
Dominic.
rholisa.
so most of my friends, they'll be on some endot in this day and age.
Yeah.
What if, we are
Yeah.
you don't even have logins, you don't have anything.
But that is a very, very
You know?
relevant question. Let's be honest.
Yeah, no, it is.
Because people that, when I think about most of the scars that I have in my heart, in my life, they don't come from strangers, guys.
Yeah, no.
definitely.
It's the people that I've loved and trusted that have. Abantu basile bangakujikela. So that's a very relevant
Yeah.
question, that you are putting all your trust and all your eggs in one basket. What gives you the confidence?
I think for us, we friends. more than anything.
Transparency, actually.
Thina sesimpinji. That is why it's easy for me to trust her with everything. I mean,
Yeah.
we've got kids together, 2 girls, Ewan,
Yeah,
and I'm a working man, and I'm from a stable family.
yeah.
My parents have been married for the past 50 years, and she's also from a stable family. Their parents,
So your
were
backgrounds
actu-
are similar.
Yes, similar.
Almost similar.
Sure.
Definitely similar.
50-something years, parents married, mine 46.
46, they were
Yeah.
celebrating last
So,
2 weeks.
Yeah, sorry, my love, to cut
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
I think we both come from very stable. It's very stable for us,
Yeah.
like families that. So as a result, we've got support both sides.
Yeah.
And obviously, we grew up differently. We were brought up differently. But I think at some point, Nalukoko, we gelled
Yeah, you
with our own issues and whatever. But we made it work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just to circle back to you guys talking about, and I think that's the one thing that I find most interesting. Do your issues in the boardroom follow you to the bedroom? And in a sense, in a ocho hore, and I was appreciating the honesty. Hore, yeah, diba dia teka sometimes.
Yeah, no, I mean, very funny that you should say teka. This other lady at church, sorry, I'm just going to off-ramp a bit.
No
She
stress.
was saying, Muruti, we are wearing rings, ne? Linyalo le tata, marato arona a teka.
Yeah.
So yeah, it does happen, guys. It does happen.
Sure.
We will have disagreements, and obviously, Naki Kwata finally and Coco is a smooth.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know some people, they will say,
Like, what do you mean? We are mninja.
Yes, young ninja, because mina I'm the.
Mara madoda njalo vele nina niyaninja
Yes.
Anifuna ukuninjwa.
if invoices are not paid, remember, I'm the head of the house. Ne?
Yeah.
I need to provide for my wife and my kids.
Yeah.
So now this company is not paying my invoices. I'm stressed. Cars need to be paid, bond, rent, all those things. What happens? Everything comes back to me as a husband. What do? I don't know, mentally. I just lose focus. I'm not interested in anything because I'm focusing on this payment.
So it's not punishment.
It's not punishment. No.
I also take it as punishment when
take it
that
as
happens.
punishment.
Yeah, but Mara,
I
that's a bit
I
unfair.
But you guys don't communicate.
It's a bit unfair because
You don't
now-
communicate.
Ukhumbule sex
how do we
ukuthi-
communicate?
Hold on. Yeah.
Angithi i-sex is psychological also.
Yeah.
So mina if angikho grand lana, noma ivuka izo akusi le,
You know,
and
I
your
don't
mind
think
is
so.
your mind is elsewhere.
Dominic, right. Ivuka kanjani ifridge empty? Nani
Yeah,
akwazi
yeah.
uphiza
Yeah.
uyafuna la ifridge empty.
Sure.
I-DStv icimile.
Yeah.
Umntwana ulambile wena
Umntwana
ubhonyela.
ulambile.
And manje awusaconcentrate-anga lana ebhonyeleni kwakho wena ucabanga amadino.
Uphiza uyaklap yakuna. Yazi ubuhlungu kanjani ubethwe esandleni?
But here's my thing. You guys don't communicate when you're going through that.
They
Dominic, From
don't.
the second episode of this podcast, we've even tried to have
Sure,
this conversation. You don't say anything. Tina, at least we even lie and say, I ndibethwe intloko. Yaqonda hayi ndikhathele. Hayi don't.
Also wena Dino bayathula nje avela abhekele yangakhuluma.
Most of you guys,
No.
I've
No, I
dated.
don't even have headache
I've
days,
dated.
guys.
Dominic, for us,
Yeah.
and I always say this is a lesson.
You guys
Actually,
feel comfortable
it's not
to
even a
make the
lesson.
woman feel like she's the problem in that moment.
Okay, let me give you guys something that will work for you, females, all of you.
Yeah.
Tina singamachida.
Yeah.
I get it, this is your brain.
Yebo.
Ubhuti unengqondo zakhe. The moment umbamba whether ngikwatile uyazivukela. So wena don't stop because ngilele ngesisu. Hamba zithathele.
No, but why ulala ngesiso to begin with? Why make
Because
it difficult to
ngizikwatele
begin
man,
with?
ngifuna inyuku
But
yami.
khuluma that ukwatile so that I don't even bother you. Khuluma, wangakhuluma ukuthi ufuna imali yakho.
Yeah. But now, do you guys communicate and ask? Good, okay, Mamela, so kuna 4 days ungangai and my bunches is bunchesing
Mm.
to you.
Yeah.
I think that's also another thing.
We
Ukuthi
get
ubuze
scared
straight.
because of the rejection from the onset. And I
Ash,
think sometimes
Definitely.
I think this is what couples don't understand about each other. Well, not even couples, but the male and female
Yeah.
gender.
Sure.
If you keep quiet and you don't say anything to me, I take that as rejection. And when you reject me in that way and you don't include me in what you're either thinking or feeling, then I see it as maybe it's a me problem.
Ash, but uthe uba scared. But now you being scared is not communicating. So how do we then move forward? I think when you're comfortable nomuntu wakho,
Nah,
awuzungitshela ukuthi,
Can I?
"Hayi, man."
Can I also? No, I'm
Yes,
not scared.
please.
No, Coco knows I love sex.
Yeah.
Not.
Awukhupha kamangala ngi lick this lips.
No, I'm happy. Yeah,
No,
sure.
Coco knows.
Sure.
No, I don't really have days where I say, Coco has never said to me, and then he says I do it when I'm fast asleep. I don't know. I said, record me so that I see.
Uthi ngamvusa.
But mina,
Thina sithanda ukuntshontsha mos.
and I believe that.
Vusana le.
Oh, mara ukuntshontsha kumnandi kanjani? Yazi sitole into imnandi kanjani? Ah, but again,
Yeah, don't wake me up when I'm sleeping.
but again,
njengendaba futhumele.
Really? and nina bafazi uma niqala grand and then you become comfortable manje ngikhumula first 2-3 years umuntu ubelele nje
Are you talking about us or?
ngikhuluma nje ngamathi ngabantu
Oh.
khuluma ngabantu
Abanye nje abakhona.
ngabo 4 AM uyazwa man uvuke man kwenzekani
Sure.
vuswa kwamanti mangeblojob ngokwakuse fokol
So are you talking about us
no
now?
ngikhuluma nge-relationships
When
zabantu
did you know the truth? Are you denying him blowjobs at 4 o'clock in the morning?
I mean, I need to go brush my teeth because guys,
Yeah.
but coming back, it guys, I'll say,
Yeah.
straight out.
Sure.
I think each and every couple must have their amagama abo. Thina siyazi ukuthi siyibizani ilantu kuma even if sihlele ebantwini ne?
Nibizani.
And
With
then
the kids.
iwewe.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Iwewe.
Yeah.
Yeah, wewe.
Wait.
Yeah.
and only if my sister could know that, we call it that because her son is away too. So we just, I don't know how it just. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, na sister yakhe ibiyitheme yabo.
Yeah.
And then iwewe.
Yeah.
And then when we chilling, drinking somewhere,
Yeah.
late, siyabona kumnandi, we are kissing. We're like, okay,
Yeah.
we are very
Affectionate.
affectionate
Yeah,
and
sure.
kissy.
I love that.
We
Sure.
dance together in Pincham.
Sure.
So I tonight is the night of the pattern. I did yes.
Yeah.
And she likes to threaten. Eh? Mufika endlini ngokuqala. Ngithanda.
Yeah, wena futhi.
Guys,
You understand?
Sure.
That is why ke ngokuntshontsha kungena khona.
Yeah.
Abo 3-4 ke.
Day.
So it makes me question consent then in a relationship, right? What's consensual, what's not consensual? If your partner uyazintshontsa ngawe and then nisemjolweni like niyathandana neniyavana and then azintshontshe ngawe like in the wee hours of the morning as we're describing.
Yeah.
Certain females can be on some like, but you didn't ask me for my consent. Do we have to, as in a couple, in a relationship, keep revisiting the conversation of consent? So that if you wake up in the morning and I'm dead asleep and then you just decide to start having sex with me, which I think in most relationships, that stuff is normal, but to certain people that thing is not normal.
Yeah.
It's like, what you didn't ask for my consent. I just woke up with you inside of me.
Yeah,
sure.
no. We honestly have an understanding. I mean, if Kibonyuzi, and then I'm gonna start touching. And by the way, Coco is not an initiator. I'm the initiator.
Yeah,
In most cases,
All the
relationship.
time.
Do gents
Why all the
appreciate
time?
that?
Yeah. No, I like it because it makes me feel like nyafunwa. I'm needed,
Yeah.
you know. Tumuntu amyangibheka athi yes, that's a snack, you know.
Yeah.
That it feels nice. It feels really, really nice.
Yeah.
Why you two were not all the time?
But you know what? No, actually, we had a discussion about it. We had a discussion about it yesterday.
Oh.
That was Sunday.
Because he chooses
So
the wrong
for 2
time. Ma.
months. What is the right
What's
time?
the
Yeah.
right time?
You know our time.
I
babes.
don't know.
No, Coco, you know our
Then what's your
time.
time?
4 a.m.
Oh.
Mara wena clever wena o batla go betsana ha se tse baloi.
fresh.
Hava no ba fetsa go paka di mafielo.
Yeah.
Yes.
No. For I can't do abo.
And I don't know, for some reason, we've been doing that for years.
So it's like a
For
ritual.
years. It
yeah,
was,
yeah.
it
So
was,
do you have sex any other time outside of 4 a.m.?
no, yeah, no.
And hold
Definitely
on,
we
you're touching
do.
on something about ritual.
Yeah.
Is it a ritual?
No, it's not
Yeah.
a ritual. It's something that I don't know.
Nina
just-
Jaifi Nina Nia Taga.
But tabu.
Sitsangatha nothando.
I actually say, like when I'm thinking back into here, actually, why all the time like 4 a.m. Like, Kaboma 8, 9, 10 episode, we're not there.
Sure.
Doesn't matter whether we've booked at a hotel, we come back from whatever place, we will not do it.
Sure.
But
What
early
happens? You
morning.
sleep?
So now,
Yeah, we cuddle.
well,
Still a
I will
kiss.
cuddle, kiss and
Play and stuff.
aye, sleep. But 4
4
a.m.
o'clock.
So coming back now, I'm closer.
Yeah.
So kunale ngoma ekuseni ngo4 o'clock. Kulapho wena as a boy. We are 13. We become a man. We do it early hours.
Oh, is it?
So Mina, I'll take it in a way.
Also, community is going to
Exactly.
scold you for sharing some detail.
It's not in detail.
It's
I'm just
not- it's
saying
not a secret,
the song
though.
is there. Ekuseni ngo4 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I'll go back and say, yeah, maybe that's why I must before because that is when I was circumcised. Kaboma 4
Yeah.
going
Oh,
down.
so yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So at least I've got my answer.
Yeah.
Sharp.
So can I ask,
Yeah.
for couples, like, do you think what's the average sex a grand for a week? What would you say? Like on average, is sex in here
Oh, the amount
for
of
a
sex
healthy,
you should
a healthy relationship, sexual relationship?
If invoice is
Especially
paid,
in marriage.
Yeah.
if invoice is
think
paid
it's-
every day,
Gabilo.
if invoice is paid that week,
Sure.
the whole week.
Sure,
If I patelwa, at least say 2,
Coco,
3.
3 days.
3 days is sufficient,
Yeah,
no?
yeah.
For like a healthy.
Sunday, yeah, because I mean, we listen to Metro, always romantic on Sundays,
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
out.
So Sundays is one of your sexual days.
Yeah.
Which other days in the week?
Monday, no, we don't really say, okay, man.
Yeah, Papa last Monday is always nice.
Yeah, we should pick up Ibabalasi all the time, ka Monday
No,
morning.
Papa last, yeah.
Mm.
Liting, li arch.
Unless
Days.
yeah,
Is
that's
it-
normal
is it-
in
is it-
marriage.
is it too much?
I mean, we've been together for 15 years,
I
guys.
still think, even in marriage, I think it's no, that's little, isn't it?
Little.
Little for who?
Yeah.
No, but
Mara-
I-
Mara- Mara-
you must understand.
we are good.
In
We're
that
good.
3 times a week, ne? Simunye, oh, we are one.
Njani.
Ah, I was with man 2 rounds. Yo.
That's my thing for 3
Ah,
days
yeah,
a week,
yeah.
1 round a day.
Yeah, it's equivalent to
But
3.
we are getting
Yeah.
old, but
Yeah. And look, I'm sure life happens
Guys,
also.
Guys, there are
Must be-
60-year-olds that hit
Yeah.
more rounds than
How about
that.
16 now? We are actually 16-year-old.
No, 60. 60-year-olds.
If I act,
Siyasebenza, ne?
yeah.
Well,
But again,
how often
but-
would you say is
exactly
sufficient
like why? Why is it a shock 3 days? I mean, I think
in a
that's
week,
normal.
on average, in a month? How
Okay,
many
tell
times?
us when when I ufuna
We
once
I
again.
cannot, and this is a fair question, and this is an honest answer.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
With my partner under the same roof,
Yes.
right? And I'm being as realistic as possible.
Mm.
I cannot imagine a 24-hour cycle
Yeah.
without sexual engagement.
Yeah?
Like penetrative. or-
Yes. Whether it's a quickie, whether
Yeah.
it's a long one,
How
if we have the
special,
time.
special.
So basically every
do.
day.
Every day is
Yeah.
a sexy day for me. And I think like, and also I get it.
Sure.
So for some it's a sport,
Yeah.
you know, and for some it's a means of communication.
Yeah.
So and if it's a both, if it's a balance of both.
Sure.
Nna ke dula ke kgaletse motho wa ka, guys, nna kwa tloa maka, like,
Sure.
ke a mo duma, ke a mo batla, and
Yeah. Make
Ha re
promises.
tshwane.
Nakgalela.
in 24 hours.
Sure. Mele kube
I must imagine 24 hours.
Yeah.
If hele.
Yeah. Man,
Next.
that's right.
Ah,
No,
guys,
mara, Dineo,
motho wa ka ke a mo nyaka.
Nna le motho wa ka, I
Like I'm
think-
baby eating for ikhanda kuphela.
Kancane.
No,
Yeah.
no. But you'll see when
Ngifile ukuthi during.
when you get married and spend so much time with the same person all the time, like that is a very long time. Nalo Coco, we had so much sex. We had so
Yes.
much sex. I hope my
Yeah.
parents are not gonna watch this.
Ah,
We had a
whether
lot
they
of
want
sex.
to be married
I felt pregnant a
within
year
the first
in,
12, within the first
a
year.
year in a year in our
Relationship.
relationship.
Yeah.
We had a lot of sex, guys. We had a lot. I'm not saying no, it has to be, but I think we are comfortable with that,
I
and
get
it
that.
works for us.
And I get
honestly.
that. I completely get that. Because when you're now talking about the balance of life, romance, work,
Exactly,
da, da, da,
especially
da, 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 da.
business.
yeah, things come into play. Stresses come into play.
Yeah.
But my general personal expectation on a good day, I'm not saying that it will be a problem if we don't have sex on that
Yeah.
one particular
Yeah.
day. If my partner's got issues that they're struggling with, or Linda, sometimes maybe I'm feeling a little bit. But I think in a 24-hour cycle, as much as I prioritize
Yeah.
this, that, and the other, da, 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 da. But I hear you because life gets in the way.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Sorry, Dominic. That's what I'm saying. Especially in business, guys, it is draining to run a business. It is draining.
So then what do you do when you are having those sexually down days and it's more than now 3 days? If you've put your maximum on the minimum scale of 7 days,
Yeah.
then on the really down days when life takes a knock, then what do you both do to bring each other up? Sorry, Dominic, I know you wanted to ask your ask.
I think for me, what I really like and what I actually practice at home.
Yeah.
If I'm not at work or in meetings, I'm at home. So on those down days, I don't give her any doubt. Yoguri. So we didn't have sex for 4 days or 5 days, but you are always out there. You understand? As if you are getting it some. Because I do get those questions, but
Yeah. If it's more than 2 weeks.
How's great?
Yeah, if it's more than 2 weeks, I ask him.
No, we do go for 2 weeks, Dineo. When are you talking about 24 hours? 2 weeks.
That's my thing. If that's why I panic at 3 days being the maximum of a 7-day cycle. Then that means, because you know when you're negotiating for a contract, ne? And then you always scale your fee on the highest. So that if they say we can't afford that, you land on your next soft one. So if 3 days out of 7 is maximum, then I lay 2 weeks good trying and pay again.
But you know what? Now I believe that you can still romanticize your person. It doesn't have to be sex all the time. We love cooking. My husband's love language is cooking. For me, at least he compensates that with cooking.
Cook for you.
And he will garnish the plate as if we're sitting in a restaurant. And you know, he just treats me like
breakfast.
a queen. And I can still feel the love.
Yeah, I think
I can still feel the love.
Yeah.
As it right, because some people mistake intimacy for sex.
you.
You
100%.
understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. So some people know intimacy as sex. Abanye abantu njengoba usho, siyapheka,
Yes.
we go out to the hotel and what.
Spend time
And yeah, so that
together.
intimacy as a whole, it just covers your
It makes up.
And just like, I love my kids. I love my kids.
Bye,
Like
We've got 2 girls.
2 girls,
14 and 10.
Ororisang and Ayola.
Ayola, yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful girls, eh? They understand us.
They also cook, especially the 14-year-old. Like when we at the kitchen, she's there. Daddy, what is that? Daddy, what is that? And then when we're out for drinks somewhere, my wife will call, Rosang, can you do whatever,
Craving
babes?
that curry.
When we
please,
get
Nana.
home, she's cooked chicken curry, plated. Because
Plating, yeah.
we understand.
On point
So
as
for us,
well.
what I'm saying is, as your question in terms of the 3 days, how do we compensate?
Yeah.
For me, Dominic is saying, I cook for my family.
Yeah.
We Fridays, it's a takeaway night. It's a norm.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's either we roll our own dough pizzas, we make our own burgers,
Yeah.
you know.
Sure.
Saturday also we do braai or we visit friends where we do poetry and all of that. Sunday church and lunch.
Tell me
That's how
something.
we live.
Do you find that prioritizing your time centered around the children together as a couple and putting the children first and making sure that you're there for them, you're incorporating them into your own social life, and so forth, do you find that that also heightens your sexual stimulation towards each other?
It
does.
It does.
Definitely.
Really?
It does, yeah.
In which way?
You know what? If there's so much love around the house, you know, the kids are smiling, they making pizza with daddy in the kitchen or with me. There's like you can feel the love. The love is there. Nah, guys, I'm not gonna lie. My husband loves me.
Yeah.
My husband loves me. Ko Bible bari vele ntate motho ntate tshwanetse a rate mosadi ya
Mosadi
gagwe.
ya hae.
Nna tshwanetse ne ke etseng ke mo tlhomphe.
So after they cook, when I get to my bedroom, she's wearing that sexy thing. It's like, hey, tada. You know?
Yes.
Sure.
So get tanky. Not that
You're both serving each other.
Yes. And if we're not gonna, if the days that we're not gonna have sex, I like going out for drinks. Let's make dinner for the kids. Let's go catch
every
up.
week we
go every week. We make sure that at least we
on
go
Thursdays,
grab a drink or two.
On Thursdays, we after our day, late afternoon, we'll go for a drink, C2. We talk about way forward. Will we be able to do this? Do you think we can, like business, we talk about it. And kontlung, the kids, have you noticed this one is doing this? This one is starting to steal chips and all those. Because now I don't notice shit
love that.
And then late on the same night, it's karaoke. We sing. We will go and sing quite the whatever. C2, cut 10, 11 with every second
So
Thursday.
Asisho, why again in our society and in our communities, right? When a man adores and adorns his woman like this, he's a simp. Why do we say things like this? It's ridiculous.
We always get that. We always get that. But
your friends never started judging you.
No, they did. Koko, why are you always with your wife? What? Okay, guys, we're thinking.
I've been questioned.
Leave us alone. This is working for us.
Yes.
And
it works for us. It makes us who we are today. Sure. And even my parents know. My dad would say to me, Daisy, my love.
my love.
Yeah, sure.
You're my love.
And then the parents will be like, I know you guys are not fighting.
You know?
Sure.
So, yeah.
And it for being in business with my wife.
Yeah.
And for me being transparent and putting cards on the table, it also assists in a whole lot of things. Because remember in relationships, when there's no money, she knows.
Yes.
It's there. When we are waiting for an invoice or something is not paid, because I'm not hiding it, the business side of things.
Yeah.
Everything is transparent. Everything is on the table. What is in the account, she will tell you. Or you understand? We know. So there's no fights around business.
What sort of things do you fight about? I find that interesting.
I love sneakers.
Yeah, no, I love
now, most of the time, I fight with him because I find him rude. Remember, Kimotwana, he's closer. They express themselves differently, you know. Rona re tobile and whatever.
Yeah.
Excuse me, ma'am, I'm not like that. No. Please do not mistake it.
Same WhatsApp group. Then ntsha mosadi wa mopedi, then o ntshe mosadi wa Mosotho mme mo lesaeteng. Labo ba ya kwazi ukuzithoba ke labo. O ntshe le mosadi wa Mozulu. O gona o tella mara o na le tshogonyana. Mosadi wa Maxhosa le mosadi wa Motswana di hafi.
Yeah, call me crazy, but I Koko knows. What's the biggest Xhosa sa high?
Yebo.
Me, I love my Xhosa. I love my Xhosa.
But I find Xhosa very rude, and that's when we always clash. Like we can get in a very serious fight because uteku.
Not that you find Xhosa very rude. Uti, my tone is close.
Tone, yes, tone.
Tone is very to the point.
They're very harsh.
Yeah, no.
I got right up harsh. Actually, I'm super sensitive. I live with anxiety as well, and you make noise. You start making noise. Then the Tswana girl will come out. Koko knows. And I'm saying to you, babes, you know what's going to happen if you do ABC, but why do you do it? Why would raise a voice? Because you know.
What are the things about Daisy that totally get you off? Like in a negative?
I don't think there's any man that...
And honesty.
No. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I don't think there's any man that likes when you speak to your woman and then she's busy doing something else. Like, ignore her or she walks away while you're talking. That's
quite dismissive. No?
Yeah. And sometimes I'll be like, I'm talking. And then...
She's still walking while you're talking.
And then, as indoda, kulapho ngiphinde ngizikhuphule khona ngithi man, inhleko yandela no mfowethu mama ndim utata walapha akekho omnye.
And then shit is
listen to me when I talk to you.
So if you're doing something that he doesn't like, why does shit hit the fan when he does something that you don't like? You allow for shit to hit the fan. These are the understandings between male and female that I'd like us to get to,
Sure.
because it seems like we are very comfortable for shit to hit the fan when we are disrespected as women. But then, then when he feels disrespected, then you must deal with it.
Oh,
It's the truth, ne? It's the truth, ne? Rejwalo, basadi, rejwalo, yeah, rejwalo.
Yeah, no matter vele, yeah, it is like that.
But there's nothing
That's
that's
why
like...
ke batla re ipotsa rona as basadi in studio re ipotsa gore why re le jwalo.
And it gets very frustrating to the point
I can
where,
imagine.
as in, asafuna nokukhuluma naye ngoba yabona ukuthi once ngikubonisa ukuthi lento lena I don't like how you're behaving.
Yeah.
I'm disrespecting you now.
Oh,
Yeah.
makeup
Can-
sex,
can-
hey,
Exactly, but-
breakfast.
Can I tell you the things
Yeah.
Coco is talking about? You know, many a times we'll come across people asking us, Daisy, how do you guys do it? You know, but you guys still have that spark. What? And I'm like, guys, you know what? I can't really say do as I do because my recipe and your recipe might not, work for you.
100%.
So I always tell them, for us, I think it's working because the base of all this was love.
Sure.
Yeah.
And we
And it
work
was
on
genuine.
nothing but love. Then I love my husband. I'm not even afraid to express myself. No. I'm not even afraid to tell people how much I love my husband.
Yeah.
My parents are very aware about it and they know.
Yeah.
You know.
And- Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, a lot of people. Sorry.
Yeah.
A lot of people
It's okay.
admire and they want to do and I'm like, guys, you can't do what I'm doing and
Yes.
you can't do what Coco does to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do your own thing, know.
Yes.
Let yourself be. I'm very comfortable around my husband, guys. You don't
Yeah.
understand.
I love that.
No, I like what you said, Guti. The base is love.
Yeah.
Because we can throw around
Listen.
communication and say communication is important, of which it is. But then
very
if you don't
much so.
really love the person,
Uh-huh.
like it's gonna be harder for you to learn, to adjust, and
One
to accept,
mistake, D,
Yeah.
and then you snap. And
Yes.
maybe some people snap for life and they divorce
Yes.
because you don't really love your
That's-
person.
Because ngesintu bayasho vele uba isintu sithi uthando luvala uhlazo.
Uh-huh.
So love will protect more than anything.
Mm.
Where there's true love,
Yeah,
you take turns protecting each other
110.
from family, from friends, from this, that, and the other. Before we move on, it's not easy sustaining love. There's moments of conflict. And you were saying while she was talking and describing the kinds of things that you guys might fight about.
Yeah.
You snuck in there that the makeup sex is incredible. And we all agree that it is.
Yeah.
It's insanely incredible. But why does it take for there to be pain in order for us to be stimulated to that extreme level? Why can't we just get there? Gune peace man, go right ending.
I think because
Is it
we're
toxic,
human.
marabantu? Ne?
Yeah, no, as humans we are. We are.
As human beings,
we
I
are.
don't think I know
Really?
a single human being that's not toxic.
Now we like it. I mean, look at the sports we watch. Rugby people are knocking each other's heads, boxing,
Bruh,
wrestling,
that's a
and
thing.
it's exciting. Action movies.
American
I'm
football.
double.
Yes.
That little, gets your blood running.
Yeah.
Gets your blood running. So same with
I
the
don't
sex.
think there's an answer for that because
That's wild.
makeup sex, man, hey.
Yeah.
Every couple, they
Every
know.
couple.
And
Should we try and maybe intellectualize it, or should we just leave it at that? That us as human beings, we are on the toxic side of the fence sometimes with our emotions.
Yeah.
And it seems that our negative emotions, where our sex lives are concerned, seem to trigger and inspire a more satisfactory sexual pleasure.
yeah,
100%. I think that you put it perfect.
and
That's wild.
and
It's wild, eh?
That's wild.
and some
Nice
couples
wild.
and some couples
I
and some
agree.
couples from the makeup
crazy.
sex at night. They still continue in the morning, go to ukwatele, and then they continue ukwata. I'm like, you can't.
How does this work? You can't
Exactly.
though.
They
After
just
sex.
Some of them they do.
Listen.
They continue ukwata again. I'm like,
Okay, but let's think. Let's think. I don't think you guys have ever in your entire relationship not had sex and continue with the anger thereafter. Have you always, after your sexual intercourse,
no. That's
squashed the beef like
Listen,
that?
yeah, it's washed already.
My wife is
Yeah.
not a person. She doesn't like. No, she doesn't like. I love cooking.
Yeah.
Sure.
Breakfast, I make mean breakfast.
Yeah.
Ne? After the makeup sex, she's up. Jonga, utusalelo betwa ngeplate la. So my love,
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
knife
Sure.
yonke into
Yes, I mean, if
Yeah.
that does not happen, if the fight still continues, then it's deeper than that.
and then it's
Yeah.
deeper than
Yeah.
It's
you
deeper
know.
than that.
That's big.
As we buza, ne?
Yeah.
So on the sex thing, yabo, you guys have been together for 20 years, married for 15 years.
15 together,
14
12
years.
How many? 12 married?
14 this
Okay, okay.
October, no.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're balayo.
Yeah. Okay, so out of all
Take
these
the
years,
woman's one, 14.
like you said, the sex was more frequent and it lessened now.
Yeah.
Like, how would you describe your sex now
Yeah.
after all these years? Okay, Manch, do you feel like it's got more connection, and how do you spice it up, from the beginning? Because, I'm sure you've heard doing the same thing over and over and over becomes very monotonous and it becomes, so how do you guys kind
Okay.
of,
I'm going to put it the way mina engicabanga ngakhona. Nah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think sex with your partner is the most beautiful thing. Especially if you're not having sex on the outside with abanye abantu. You respect the one you have.
Very valid.
You understand? You respect the one that you are having. Like, this is my person. Akekho omunye. But if you are having other multiple partners on the side and you come and do this because you have to, because ngumfazi wami, I chill with guys. Angibapayisi, angithini, but I'm just saying, Guti, it's a very delicate situation, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know how to
it's
explain
special.
it, but
It's almost like it's transcendent because it takes you from just being this one way with this particular person. And then you start seeing them spiritually, and there's no unseeing that.
yeah.
Once you feel that way, there's no unfeeling it. It's so transcendent. It's like out of body.
Yeah.
And it sounds like madness when you try to describe it. But if we place it on a scale of addictions, I would say it's a healthy one to have. It's a very healthy one to have.
And when to your relationship, man, for me, friends, hey man, if you want your relationship to work, minimize on that.
Yeah, sure.
I'm telling you now.
I wanted to
don't
ask
get
you,
it.
If you want your relationship to work,
A lot of people don't get it.
minimize
Minimize,
it, because you know what? You will have a lot of friends. Nizoxabana, cause nightlife. And ngaphandle. Amajita akuxela street. Hey, wena uyaphi? Hey, uyamoyika kanjani
Yeah,
uDaisy?
to be bad, sure.
You know, there's this other grootman of mine. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to mention names.
At your own risk, would
Yeah.
you be offended? Would you
Yeah.
be offended that he was mentioned?
I don't think he will, because he's one of the grootman that I know.
Look up to and-
He's always been like that.
And if you mention his name, would you feel like you're betraying yourself?
No, I don't
Then
think
say
so. I
it,
think
yeah.
Naye would really appreciate, because
Yeah.
he's
then
always
say
been
it.
there. Every time when I meet up with him, he knows good I'm always with my wife.
Yeah.
Athi boy, ungalibali ne, umyeke akutsale ngempumulo. Yabona le ade yasey ukuthi ukutshalwa ngempumulo. Thina singamajita, when we blooming, siyasela, and then your wife calls. Hi my love, but and then ubuye uthi agent ngiyavaya. Uthe wena kanjani usaba umfazi utsalwa ngempumulo.
Yeah, sure.
So le grootman lena, he's actually from my hometown P. Mr. Lincoln Mali.
Yes.
He will come and say, boy, ungoyiki ukutsalwa ngempumulo. That is your life partner, that is your wife. That person soza kubhayizise nani na. Listen to her, umyeke akutsale ngempumulo. Athi uyabona nangoku mna? Uyabona kumandi?
Yeah.
Diyanishiya nitsalwa ngempumulo.
Yeah.
I think he's been married, I don't know, for the longest, I think 30 years or something. Still going fresh.
What's the line, the thin line between ukutsalwa ngempumlo and
Not for step.
not ufostelwa, but disrespect? Yeah,
Yeah.
Get what you mean.
Yeah. There is
Because I think there's a very
It's a very
thin
thin
line.
line.
It's to control life, because sometimes
Yeah.
you can tell when a person is looking out for you.
Yeah.
It's mara baby beggar. u-3 o'clock ekuseni manje uthi uzobuya ngo-12 kanti kenzakalani, are you going back to your old habits or whatever, versus a person telling you ukuthi wena angifuni uye lapho or buya manje otherwise that's very threatening.
Ultimatum.
So i-threat manje le,
Right.
yabo?
Can I tell you, this past weekend, ne? In my very bizarre social state over
Yeah.
this past weekend,
Yeah.
I found myself watching The Ultimatum, and I think I started watching it before the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
It's a show on Netflix. Couples enter that show because one of them has said that they're enough of waiting. They want to get married now. And it's either this partner that's delaying for whatever reason. It's either this partner that is not running into marriage and wanting to get married right now, chooses to marry them, or else.
Yep.
And I find that there's duress in that, right?
Yeah, no.
Lapho siyongicontrola manje.
Well, you see, that's when you
Asazwana.
start giving people the ultimatum, people must love you freely.
Yeah.
People must want to serve you, honor you. It's part of the submission process. I mean, if you submit to love, it's easy to be of service to each other. So there's a balance.
Sure, 100%.
But
And
then
then the boyisho lena ne, ukuthi abangani abekho right. And more often than not, le brutalists that will say, hey, and they're not standing. They flimsy like this, they're partners, it's just a mess, you know?
But
And
why
I've
do
noticed-
most men, yes, sorry, you've noticed?
I've noticed even with women,
Mhm.
advice, laws okhuluma advice. Usisi lona into zakhe sibhekele south.
Yeah,
Yabo
this
ukuthi
is true.
angazokutshela angazokucontrola kanti wena nomuntu wakho as long as
This
what
is true.
ngoba ngathi ukudlisile it's fine uqhubeka ukudla ukudla lokho until
And you're raising a very valid point, because this is why women like myself become the subject of scrutiny
Yeah.
on social media and stuff like that, because izinto zami vela azihambi right. Zibhekele ecaleni. But if you speak from a place of personal boundaries that you've set in your life and a standard that you have set to love yourself,
Yes.
you can't just take with you any Tom, Dick, and Harry because you want to be seen as though izinto zakho zihamba right. When
Yeah.
things make sense, they make sense. And when they don't, we must call them out as things that don't make sense. There's a certain behavior in society between men and women that just generally does not make sense.
Yeah.
And then there's a behavior that we're all running away from
Sure.
that actually makes sense. And that's the behavior of being humble, kind with one another, soft and gentle with one another, choosing to put each other first because we are building a life, a future with each other. That's a great investment because you're investing yourself intellectually, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, psychologically, familially, because
Okay, sure.
your safe space becomes their place too.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then when this person is going to behave some type of way, they must be held accountable and you must have a boundary in place. Or else, Kanti, how are we dating? So most people, Vela, that have some solid pearls of wisdom to drop on relationship advice, Vela izinto zabo, most of them zihamba krom.
Yeah.
I don't want to lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because to risk that peace,
Yes.
would you risk your peace if she was a chaotic woman?
Nah.
I don't think so.
Sure. Not at all.
When I just to add,
Yeah.
I always preach this, and I think this is what still keeps us going.
Mm.
In our relationship, the vocab divorce ayikho endlini,
Oh, wow.
ne?
Sure.
And again, never make your partner a topic when you are chilling with your friends.
Oh,
Danko.
wow. Yes.
Those two,
Yes.
trust me,
Yes.
if you start practicing those two, never make your partner a topic. Siyaqabana endlini ngene emotweni ngiyadriver ngiyemajiteni. Uma ngifika ngizathi yo gents abafazi. And I must just leave but yo mfana hayi nami ngira.
Yeah, sure.
Don't
Keep it
go
moving
in.
into
Yeah.
detail.
Yeah.
Ungene.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yazini ingathi whatever and nalo uyafakazi. Never make your partner a topic.
Mhm.
And Tina,
Sure.
we've said to ourselves, the vocab divorce, ayikho endlini. Ayikho, as he mentioned.
Sure.
We didn't get married to divorce.
Mm.
We have challenges, we will face them together. Trust me, she's my support structure. I'm a person that, hey, if it's not going my way, man, I'm all over. And my wife knows me. Sometimes that, okay, me again, like the kids, I'll sit. Me one. Sometimes she'll take the kids for ice cream in St. Lean, watching movies. I love movies. And I want the volume to be 100. She understands me. She'll come back. Kids, babes, let's go for a drink. Then we start talking. Yeah, man, I know you, my love. I know you, and whatever. It's going to be fine. You understand? Sure. That's my partner.
Yeah.
And then we move forward. And we have business mentors, lovely couple, advice on relationship. You know,
is it important to change the company that you keep?
It's very important.
When
If
you start dating?
want the thing,
you have to.
if you want a relationship to work,
You have to.
And I suppose that's why you will look delusional to the rest of your friends, and you will look like. But at what point is it healthy? What point is it not healthy?
yeah,
Because there's that isolating from your community that's done by abusive people. They want you out of your people, detached from them, so they can have control, dominion over you,
That
and
must
just
never happen. Don't let it happen.
at which point do you know that this is actually healthy?
self and acknowledgement.
Yeah.
I must see it myself. Because when she tells me, "Ukuthi wena, your friends don't like whatever, ngiyaphikisana naye, I will fight with her."
Yeah.
It needs to come from you.
Sure.
The change comes from you, Dina.
Yeah.
Sure.
The change must come from me. Self-acknowledgement. And then after that, trust me, your relationship, your business, new people coming into your life. I will ask Guti how and what. And these people are bringing change. And it's not going to happen now.
Yeah.
But the change, you see, man, family-orientated, respecting kids,
Yeah.
Sure.
you know, and that's where we are now.
Yeah.
And
That's where we are.
This thing you're speaking about, ASKati, things taking time, ne? I've often asked Uguti, at what point in the relationship do you start doing marriage stuff? Yabo?
Before you're even married,
Before you're
right?
even married.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I also sometimes think you're actually married before you're even married.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
At what point and how far do you go with it? I think
That's
that's also
dope.
a bit tricky.
Yeah.
You know,
It is.
same nang nomuntu amlana. But the day's shot as fucking ring, does that now mean biza baba, for example, or in this one like
Yeah.
how do you, or do you just feel it's okay, Leona?
My love.
Sure,
Mina ngifake i-rings isajola.
sure.
I knew in my
I
head.
remember we went to PE.
Sama
Is
At
it?
some
Tell
market.
me. Tell us, yeah.
Market.
At
Please
some market,
tell
we're
us.
walking around. I'm like, babes, I'm dying with this ring. I'm with Senya.
Yes.
You can't tell me anything about
This is you.
Coco. Don't.
I still have that ring. I have 3 rings.
Sister Jola. And
Yeah.
we went to
Sure.
PE for him to introduce me to the parents.
To my parents.
Yeah.
We just had a plus dinner. Listen, you were born. Coco was meant for me and he was meant for born and they born. Mujimu na re beile gore, oh, ke
Yeah,
wa-
okay, by Fanelana.
together.
Yeah, Papa.
Sure.
That's
sure.
wild.
Yeah. So, mfethu ngokuzwile ukhuluma earlier on that you shouldn't make your partner a topic emajiteni. And obviously you meant like the fights, the disagreements and all of those things, you understand? But now with that being said, emajiteni, there's this thing last khuluma khona and it happens growing up. With I was with this girl, I had sex with her, or like how far do you discuss sexual relations to your friends? You know, because I think there is some sort of importance where maybe let's say we're discussing that broer, my dick can't stand anymore because, you know, I'm having these issues and what. Like how far can you go in discussing your sexual relations?
Wow. Now that we
Let's see,
got
Harry.
that stuff out of the way, your question. I've got one friend that we actually talk in detail. Not in detail, but out. Boy, so I'm giving away by saying boy.
Him know and the boy knows.
The boy knows.
Boy, yes.
Yeah, because he's opened that door,
Yeah.
Kimi, and I've opened that door, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm fighting you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Actually, only me and him,
Okay.
we are there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I can mention his name. I'm Zwaibala. That's my boy. We talk. We
Yeah.
talk. We
Yeah.
talk.
Sure.
We talk.
Yeah.
You know? But again, coming to exactly what you're saying on the other side,
Yeah.
going into detail with your wife or the person that you love, it's a no-no.
It's almost disrespectful, ne?
Besides being disrespectful, you're opening doors
Sure.
for your friends to look at your wife the other way.
Because they have the
Bazohlangana naye emall bayambulisa, my wife will hug. Hi Daisy, you sharp as Coco's wife. When she's hugging as Coco's wife.
Yes.
Because yeah, na ye ukrent. Yeah man.
Yeah.
Ubheke ngenye indlela.
Ngoba uyazi nyawo ufika
Listen.
la.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
And it's
Sure.
just boys being stupid.
Yes. Yes.
Because you opened that door.
Yes.
When?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't.
Yeah.
It's enough mangithi amfana yazi izolo nje bebhizi beshouta nywe ngamshaya wadizi walala.
Yeah, sure. Finish.
Iphela lapho.
Sure.
You can't go any further
Sure.
ukuthi hey ngathi shandele saspina wabheka linga. You can't do it.
So much, would you think it's necessary for Rama out? Ukuthi siringe because you know there are a lot of things.
Sikhula kanjalo.
Yeah, thina ma out asikhulumi, especially ngama issues esibhekana nawo. Yabo?
Yeah.
Thola ukuthi hey mina bengiphuzile 30 seconds sengichamila so rough. You understand? And I think those things are very important ukuthi
uyanyala
wazi ukuthi
Guys, I'm stuck on 30
uyanyala with 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
mara manje zenzeka lento lezi, you know. And manje
Lonke nekhanda.
Mfana, you know the game 30 seconds uthathe lela. You know how quick that shit goes.
yeah. But now here's where the problem comes, girl.
Yeah.
Yabo, and lo muntu engikhuluma ngayo exist out there. Baningi futhi. Yabona, sesimhleke samqeda. Ubheke lento lena so, uyasho ukuthi shit. You understand? And I think Tina as ama out should be more sensitive to that because abo mama will never understand. Yangithola zama ukuthini?
Yeah,
Because
we won't.
Yeah.
We won't.
and what it does to you also as the arts, because yabona ukuthi okay, I know njengamanje umuntu okhona akekho right.
And then you made the perfect
You know?
example because simhleke sesimqedile.
Exactly.
Yabona khona la.
Yeah. Qedile. Yabo?
But do you know, I think you'll also agree with me. I think Tina as girls, we do talk about that. Ukuthi hayibo guys, umuntu isathi ifika nje emathangeni wathi wadla.
Yeah.
Ingakangeni nongena.
Yeah,
We
this
do
is
have
true.
we do talk
Besides,
about it, Tina. No, but
I think-
with relationships, not with marriage.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
sure.
with relationships,
Yes.
not with
But
marriage.
there are certain people, even in their marriages, they've got very loose tongues.
Oh, I don't.
But I think, you know, it makes me think and it makes me contemplate maturity. Because maturity doesn't also come with age, and maturity doesn't also come with marital status.
Yeah.
There are people that are married that behave in a very immature manner. There are people that are of age, a serious age, that behave in a very immature manner, also that digest information in a very bizarre manner that keeps them young.
Yeah.
Their content, the people that they surround themselves with, keeps them in that same state. They are not progressive. So, in my experience, in having just random conversations with different people in life, it's mostly in our immature years when we talk the detail of the ongoings in our private lives. Actually, in relationships in general, sometimes you reach a certain stage, and not age, but stage, where you're more protective of this thing because maybe you've experienced the damage of what the damage that's caused when you talk about it to people in detail. It's weird that even in hindsight, later on, but I also played a huge role in my mishaps. Maybe I shouldn't have spoken about it like that. Maybe I should have just protected it a little bit more, not expose it so much a little bit more.
And I think we have big mouths, but in the wrong places. You
Yeah, the
understand?
people that you have, the
Yeah.
people around
Yeah,
you.
like now, the ladies, usisitezi nosisitini, bayakhuluma about how quick he came, matototwati,
Yeah.
and I'm the man in question. yabo utshela umuntu wrong akazi kimi atshele mina athi baby bheka kukanje azini let's try exercise let's eat better let's do what you understand
That's what married people do. That's why I said relationships. Baba Jolang.
yeah
They're the ones that will voice those things
Why
out.
ufuna ukutshela uyazazi mos it come in 30 seconds.
mara azi khona
Why made it
In marriage,
Yenza
wena,
amasimba,
Dineo-
yenza amasimba.
azi mfethu khona abantu abangacavi there are people that don't know for them 1 minute is fine le outhi lena as long as wafikile
Do you think so?
have you never come across a selfish lover that doesn't give foreplay
Yes, I have.
yeah so now do you think
Yes,
that
I
person
have.
doesn't know or is doing it on purpose like Dineo's clit it's fine doesn't matter you know so
I'm
you
not
get
too
those
sure because that's a fair question. What facts do I
See
have?
Leyana,
that-
le 30 seconds
But no, with 30
Akekho right.
seconds.
Bitches njalo, hey bitches zami ziyavaya. Amachita bitches zami.
Bakutshela njalo. Bakutshela njalo.
Ufuna sekwe
Hayi
culture.
asinteleli kaloku but
Xhosa man.
bafuna njalo bafuna
Xhosa man
nazi uba
aziyavaya.
bayasebenza.
Hey nina.
But umuntu ophethe inyaniso umfazi. Uyayiqonda into endiyithethayo?
Yeah.
Umxhosa, that's fine, but you can penetrate me, but the proof of your penetration, nobumnandi bayo, inyaniso liphethwe ndim.
Emfazini, baby.
Yana lapha.
Umfazi.
Mara nathi iphethe inyani.
Eyami, hayi yakho.
What kind of nyan?
Uphethe inyaniso
On the
la.
penetration nathi yakwazi ubona eyano kodwa hayi.
Uyakwazi ubonela mna, but wena awuzivi ubumnandi
but
bakho,
please give
ububi
Convention
bakho.
center.
Well, that's why nditsho uba uva
Now
i-experience inyaniso lakho i-experience yokuba mna ndimnandi kangakanani andithi.
Wethu
Not about yourself.
Sure.
Inyaniso oluthethayo. It's not about wena. It's about mna.
Yeah.
And then mna ndithetha nge-experience. Uku-experience wena ndithetha ngawe, hayi ngam.
Sure.
Uyakwazi ukuzazi uba wena umnandi
Yes.
ufike laphi?
Yeah.
and no.
Uyakwazi.
No.
Yinto endiyithethayo.
Azi abomama
Into
banokuba
endiyitshoyo.
unfair kancane. Abomama banokuba unfair kancane because you know for the amount and I've mentioned this for the amount of foreplay and the knowledge, the wise wisdom women have
Yeah.
about foreplay. So
Yeah.
they know it's beautiful, they know it's nice,
Yeah.
but they don't give it as often.
Kanti why
I
not
promise
4
you.
play le ndiphela ku 4 like kaloku where's 1 where's 4 kwenzakalani 4 ngu4 ka 4
F-O-R-E.
mina ngine 12 playing
So there are times when I really, and maybe this is personal, I'm not sure if you relate, but there's times when I feel like ngene endabeni, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tofo zinto engapheli, lokho siyathatha
yo
siyahamba.
pianist
Disc-
kofa yonke into
Yeah.
Yonke into, oh.
Yeah,
Let's
mara
get straight
kufuneka,
to the
man.
point. I
Me-
know,
hi-
like,
mina-
I'm there now, don't worry.
And it's either I'm tired or sometimes I'm just like, I really am stimulated by you today. Like
it's
let's-
fine.
when we get home, let's not even talk.
Mina
Yeah.
nyakhala, mina I'm gonna speak for my brothers that don't get foreplay because it's made to seem like into yabomama kuphela and angiphathi right mina lento lena.
Oh,
know?
you guys want foreplay?
Yes,
Don't you want foreplay?
Not all the time, Ty.
Yeah, but here and there. Ngicabuzwe.
but-
Mina ngifuna umuntu afike kimi. Like
Yeah,
one.
make it about your gender, yourself, representing you as a male.
Yeah,
You
my
want
gender.
foreplay?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure every
Dominic,
gent would like to.
Would you like
get
foreplay?
touched
Do you
and-
like foreplay?
yeah yo please where's the blow job
Okay, fantastic. So if this was a sample,
Yeah.
2 out of 2 men,
Yeah.
which is 100% men say they want
Yeah.
foreplay.
Over
Yeah.
here.
So please teach us, the females in the studio, how would you like
Yeah.
foreplay
yeka
performed on you?
yeka ungakulwimi man ungaphuzi ihlaka wena thina we
Yes.
listen
So just go straight to the blowjob.
Yes.
do you know when foreplay starts
Yeah, when?
the moment you guys are thinking about it just ukuthatshwa ukuthatshwa it
Yeah.
starts there thina there's as men there's not a lot of places where you can go ukuthatshiwa
But,
there
but
are
there's
a
a
lot
lot
of
that can
places
be
to go.
done.
I
There's a
think.
lot that can be
there's a
done.
lot that can be done
Yeah.
Okay, talk to
not
us
a lot
about
of
that. A
places to
lot
go.
that can be
Yeah.
done.
So like foreplay.
Yeah.
Ufika kimi ngena laphayana Dineo.
Yeah.
Shaya kwai, shaya whatever. We're playing before the sex. You understand? Uta man wasn't so shine massage oil type of thing. Run me a bath. You understand?
Do men want those things?
It's sexy because it shows effort. With okay, I love young phone and I'm some guy sure. Yabo, I want to
Really?
feel
Why do men want those things?
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice. No, look at it this way.
I'm truly, can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I'm not just reacting this way because,
Sure.
hey man, it's a cool thing to do. No,
Yeah.
I'm genuinely
Yeah.
Do men really want those things?
Yes. Look at it this way. As human as you are, I am. You
Yeah.
know, Bungang likhala. Chances are I'd feel the same thing. You know, so what you want to be done to you, maybe I'd also want it, you know?
Yeah.
Be nice. Look, flowers are a nice gesture.
Yeah.
Surely running me a bath
You know?
will be a nice gesture.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying do it every day, but just, you know, show
Every now and
initiative and effort. You know,
Yeah.
it also makes you feel like, I know, I need hit me. Like,
Yonke le when you
No, they do want that.
manje senze
Do you
sex
do
manje
that for your
itshintsha
husband?
izipozisioni eziyi-20 hayi yeke laa nto
Yeah.
tshintsha nomntana phakathi babi inyama ombengo uyamguda no laa nto ithena off yeke ulokhu uspina ufuna ukujika yele
And I know you know what
like
the
you end up
mistake.
saying look when like when's Zanman of tech man like
So-
610 man hey ithi vula 610
Sure.
lona umpisa ufuna uzama uprove point yekani laa nto DINEO yekani ukuspina no 610 vula imilenze man
Yeah.
please
But-
When
but
I was
Really?
Ona from what Yena he likes.
Yeah.
You know my husband. And
Does
I'm
he like
"Nah."
missionary?
Yeah, we do everything.
yeah,
I'm
this- this-
missionary,
this-
I
So
like
can't you say
women to talk.
spina uchu like
And
how?
there's mission,
Njani?
that's Mission Impossible. Yeah,
uzospina phezu
spina.
ko-45 kabantu but it's not insured eh?
Yeah, no.
The day they start insuring for
Yeah, it's anything.
But
Yeah.
you know the challenge, because he's talking about himself. I know that.
Yeah.
No man.
Oh.
We were
I
can never-
babukele ndizawufowunelwa
no, it's fine. I don't care.
kuthi manje uzospina
No, I'm saying, and I like to always, you know, I'd always tap him and say, hey, excuse
Yeah.
me, sir. You
Yeah.
cannot be enjoying by yourself while I'm busy doing ABC and then mina manje base when I right. Hey, make me ready as well. Yes, I am ready because I'm also ready for the fact that I'm busy touching
And
you.
that's Gqibile
But
Sigqibile ke
ugogo,
thina,
I know
ningabongi
he will sit like this, like a
Yes.
king.
Yeah,
For yo, mtuam,
Yeah.
sebenza ngawo.
oh kodwa iyo leyo nje
Sebenza kanina.
James.
Damari mnandi le.
Oh,
Yeah.
What women on
Ah, uhlala urelaxe. Umuntu akabe busy asebenze.
Yeah.
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 Oh.
You like
They
it?
enjoy
Mara
that.
bosisi abakwazi ukusebenza fandi one, to be honest. Abaningi.
Abaningi, yeah, we
They're not that
struggle.
great.
Abaningi, we struggle.
Mina bengifesha wrong, singe wrong. You understand? And bona
I
ngiyabona
think-
imihlolo DINEO.
Yeah.
Eish. Umuntu akuscratcha.
Bayakhwela.
Ah, be correct.
Where do we get it wrong? Ka women on top. Ripalwagi. How would you like it? Like, tell us how you
I think the
like
first thing, ask me,
Gents,
Yeah.
when you
is this
sex,
fine? Is this fine? Maybe it's
mamelana,
yeah.
Jaka kwa
thethani,
massage,
Sure.
the pressure.
ulungisana nani because wait don't move boya zibuva kamandi like
Yeah.
listen to each
Yes.
other
Yeah.
Sure.
ungavele nje kuthula ukuthi itaxi ikhwela igcwele azisho tsotsi
Yeah.
uzohlekwa
Yeah.
bazokhuluma lowa
Ngambona kanje.
meke lo you hayi wait
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Tina, we communicate even during sex.
Yeah.
Gore, baby, it's
Thetha.
for a more.
Yeah.
It's
It's
for a
right
more.
lapho, yeah.
Okay, it's
Don't
for
move.
I know ziyakhara ke manje.
don't move
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
must follow instructions.
Yes.
Listen.
both
Oh,
listen to each
oh,
other
You know, because sometimes I've heard.
There's no that thing of reading body language when you can.
ando magician no wethu ngixelele tu you are not a magician
Well, you can tell it's nice without talking.
Yeah, no, it gets to that point.
It gets to that point,
No,
right?
a slight
Well, you can
hip
tell it's
movement.
nice, just like
Yeah.
a moan,
Yeah.
a synchronization of flow.
Yes.
See with the strokes. You see what I mean? It
Sure.
gets to the point where you don't really have to.
Then you know
People
the
have
shit is about to hit the...
fridge.
Yeah,
Silent.
sure. Yeah,
Mara,
sure. Sure.
It gets there though.
Yeah, it does get there.
Yeah, it does get it.
ingena khona i-sex and stuff
Yeah.
last stuff man
Yeah.
mamela
Yeah.
yeke sex
Yeah.
yabona le show yakho it's called sex and stuff
Yeah.
sex siyayibona
Yeah.
last stuff
Yeah.
kulapho
And
i-stuff
nice.
sikhoyo
Kulapho.
kupha i-stuff
Yeah.
sikhoyo
Yeah.
And you know, with that being said, I think it's also very important where your bodies are in sync, njoba usho. Because sometimes abanye abantu animeshi man bakaele ulo. And I know wazava Yeah, and I've come across, yeah man. I think it's a blessing actually to come across umuntu omthandayo. Ni synchronized.
John
Uqine. How to
Noma
maybe
uyambuva
jika
uthi, Ngiyacabanga le dog le.
Mfana, mamela. Kube khona laba bagqoka, yabona laba bama-specs. Yabona laba kunxiba ama-specs. Yes. Umfake ebhedini.
Yeah.
Ispecs uzibeke esayidini.
Yeah.
Uyabona uthi ungena kuhobe so. Once ungene, nguya ngoku. Be careful. Gents, there's one, I'm a specs. Let's say specs. That's my ndekuthetha ngento ezidibene nezi because my daughter wears glasses. Sorry, Nana.
Oh, no, she's still underage.
Yeah.
She's still underage.
But yeah, I'm just saying good Tiano.
Yeah.
Tina Hashem, bye. Yes,
I'm not going to hide this from them because we won't be home. They will go to YouTube on the TV and Kangela this.
No problems.
Bazasibona.
Eh?
Bayibukelele noma bazasibona.
This period, you must just put YouTube Kids. Get YouTube Kids going.
There's things that we cannot, like we can't control everything, ne?
Yeah.
Let's
Let's get into that. And I like that you're raising that. We're talking about kids. We can't control everything. You're married. We're raising kids. How do you then introduce the subject of sexual intimacy to your children? You see now, as a married couple and a couple like this that's so outspoken, that seems to be so modern, do you still raise your children traditionally? Kgotsa le kgona go di flexa le di again and teach us a thing or two?
We kiss each other.
Yeah, and
leave mommy.
And you know what, when DINEO, I think the way, that's why I'm saying,
Yeah.
ne? So when we have disagreements with my husband, and we've learned to stop fighting in front of them because it was traumatizing. You know, they would write us a letter
That's good. Wow.
and say, Mommy and Daddy, you know, it's so nice when you guys are not fighting. Please stop. And I said to Coco, hey, bruh, this just hit home. I was very emotional. I said, I didn't know that the kids ba bona gore go etsagalang. Honestly speaking, because nuggets are bana, you know. And I said to Coco, we stop right here.
They wrote a letter.
Around what age were they when they wrote that?
No, this was
last year,
2 years ago. Yeah, 2021. Yeah, the letter is still there.
Hona no bana le 14 and 10.
14 and 10. Yeah.
Sure, that's
They love. You
that's
know,
12 and 8.
Yeah, no, 14 and 10.
They were 12 and 8 when they wrote the letter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And my kids are so loving. They hug.
So you're not really concerned. You believe that they'll emulate your affection
especially
for each
with
other and take it into their personal
Yes, especially with
relationships.
our personalities. Now, I'm not afraid to say what needs to be said.
We outspoken.
Yeah, and I sometimes my daughter gets embarrassed, the old one. She's like,
Yeah.
Mommy, yes, Mogele, I just said that.
Okay,
You know,
okay.
She's
so
14.
like, go free, man, go monate.
And now they know. Now I'm willing to take. Boyfriends on
But I see freedom. I'm very strict as well.
So you're disciplinarian.
Yeah,
Yes.
no.
I am. Coco is not.
So good cop, bad cop.
Yeah. Good, bad to them, bad cop, good cop.
Okay.
Mna, as a dad, I'm a person that keeps quiet and observe what they do. But when I speak, back holla. Because I only speak once in 5 months. But Rosang, I said to you, do not like the tone. And then she'll just cry. And then after an hour, hey, sorry, man. You know?
Yeah, sure.
But they know the tone.
Sure.
Good daddy spoke now. So that's it.
Sure.
I think we can all take something from you.
Yeah, man. 15 years is
You
no
just
child's
chill,
play in
man.
this day and age. 15 years.
What are the two things that you think make you guys formidable? Indispensable.
We're friends.
Friendship.
Friends.
And we love each other.
Live.
Friendship
Yes.
That's so simple.
That's
Simple, straight to the point.
That's so simple.
We're not going to complicate ourselves and then
It's
say,
very
Do not do this. You must share pay
Sure.
sleep. No, gents.
Sure.
You know,
Jam.
I also wanted to add, in the beginning when we were talking about business today, I was
Yeah.
sorry to go back.
No, please go ahead.
Nalokoko, we have a duplicate yadi card for everything. when we started dating, Coco gave me a duplicate, went and did a duplicate of his card.
Hey,
And I was like,
sure.
and then we still keep that till today.
Sure.
Ke gona ke mo tsanyang mo gore a bone di in contact tsa business after 8 years.
After we started our business 2013,
Yeah.
I've never received any in
Everything
contact.
comes to this
I've
girl.
never received anything. Money will come, she'll tell me, okay, money is in the account. And then I'll give her a list of where to
Pay
pay
this,
and
pay
who
this,
and
pay
whatever.
this, pay this.
I've never been interested. Now, my goal was to make sure there's work coming.
That's fun.
Invoices are done, admin, money comes in, she monitors well. And I'm still happy with her doing that. Like now, the kids, my kids, they're at home. So really, what do you think they're doing? What do you think they're watching? I mean, there's everything. There's Wi-Fi, there's all of that. So when we left, like, they were like excited to be actually coming to the show. Obviously, they're going to want to see the show. And I mean, come on. I want to filter.
Sure.
So how do
you know whether it's information overload for their age?
But do you think there's information overload these days?
I do
Especially,
think so. I do think so.
I don't think Ayola will really understand, but Rorisang, the old one, will understand because, I mean...
But again...
we talk, I talk to Rorisang about boys. Let's get babes, you know what, ne? Because I'm also a teacher. So I said to her, now what I've seen go dikolong, you'll fall pregnant as a teenager. But the boy still lives his life. If he's a football player, he'll still continue with his life. So that's why I prefer to be open to her and show her the realities of, yes, you can have sex if you, maybe at that age or at that stage you feel you want to have sex. But should you fall pregnant, girl, it's all on you. And this kule party, because firstly, my mom used to threaten me and say, and that's why I ran away from the fact of thinking about having babies in my 20s. I mean, our first child, and I conceived Kakoko out of all the boyfriends I had. I conceived Kakoko.
Why do out of
No, man. No, man.
Anyway,
girls and their body count.
you know when
We will lie to you.
like I'm a cheater, ne? I'm a cheater when they say, yeah, no. Hey, I mean, I'm sure I'm finding shyly 50. Yeah, divide by 3. You understand?
In
And
numbers,
when girls say, I know 6, you multiply by 3.
Multiply.
You know, exactly.
Yeah.
But our girls, obviously, what we like, there's no way they'll watch what we're talking about now.
Yeah.
Not now. You know? That's how we teach. Actually, she's for no.
How do you feel about that, though?
Very confident. I love it.
Good.
Yeah,
I love it. And I always say, because Coco in the beginning, guys, Luna understood the love that Coco has for those girls.
Yeah,
I was a bit jealous at some point. Even my mom used to question the relationship. And I was like, but Mimi, I don't understand why you're even asking me that, because the relationship that I have with my dad, I don't have the same relationship with you.
Yeah.
And then when Coco, it was over. Because Coco, it's just 4 boys.
It's 4 guys. 4 boys.
4 guys. So then when we got girls, Coco was over the moon.
Like even now, they still, when the mom is downstairs, Rosanga, yesterday, come here. And we don't need her to come, like, stay down there.
They've got a good relationship with their father.
Yeah.
So there's a very low likelihood that they would grow up and have daddy issues and stuff.
No.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, dope.
Hell no, we can't allow that. We can't allow that. We can't allow that.
Are you single or you dating? For how long?
What a question. Yeah, no, let's turn the tables around.
Have you taken a bit from them?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, same here.
And as
Same
from Nomuntu Ambesiringa, ne? Uguti, I'm not gonna fall for the pressure of marriage. Umuntu wami.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, umuntu wami. You know, because I've realized a lot, especially in Tina, in the black culture.
Yeah.
You almost get, in some instances, you get forced to get married. You made my daughter pregnant, you must marry her. You understand?
Yeah.
Or when they look na loku, oh, but you've been with her for 3 years. No, you need to marry her now. All those pressures. And I told myself that I'm not going to let that happen.
And there's no love.
You know, yeah. And I'm tender, yes. But, you know, I want to be sure. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of marriages also become very tricky there because ubaba wakhe umfundisi and manje bazothina esontweni baba ke sayeza ke manje phela umntanami, you know. So
you guys have to watch that show, The Ultimatum. You have to watch it.
Ne?
You have to watch that show, The Ultimatum. It gives you a different dynamic. You're one of the things that you're raising. Society doesn't allow for men to be ready.
Ne?
It doesn't. When it comes to things like marriage, fatherhood, A, B, C, D, and E. Society gives the woman space to be ready and gives her the privilege of not being ready because she's got full autonomy on her body, right? So she decides whether we're keeping the pregnancy or not. She puts the pressure, marriage or not. But then this show also gives you a different side of the fence where there are men that are not ready and they're expressing their non-readiness and it's uncomfortable because it's like, oh my God, when a man is not ready, he really is not ready. Don't force him to be ready. And then there are men that are ready, that are paired with women that are not ready.
Yes.
And it's like, wow, when it's ready, this is what it looks like. There's no confusion.
Sure.
This
It's
is what ready
wild.
looks like.
This is what ready looks like. You guys must watch that show. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, we will.
Subscribe,
Okay.
please. You've got subscriptions.
Yeah. And another ready
Good.
that men face a lot is financial. You know? Because you're a man, you're expected to be ready. You must have money. You're 24. How can a 22-year-old, you're still working, you're still picking yourself up, but now people will call you a broke ass nigga.
Come on.
Like, when are you supposed to,
Come on.
as a daughter?
Come on.
Listen, now I was thinking of something before you mentioned that. I get it now we are being blatantly honest. I hope you're not going to hit me, but it's what had happened.
We're just about to play a game, actually. Hold that thought. We're just about to play a game about honesty between genders.
Okay.
And true answers. So please kick it off for us with that honesty.
I actually want to...
Please take the honesty.
Please, I actually want to get to financially ready as a man.
Yes.
When we first fell in love, she worked. Na being a hustler. That's what I know. I've never worked for anyone in my life. I've been on the streets.
Yeah.
One thing that we had was love. I didn't have a car. I was sharing with a friend. And Daisy, what? No. She worked. No, wait, my love. She worked. And the only thing that we had was love. Financially, I just had that money for lobola. Going beyond lobola, like after Sikribile, spatele, everything. After that, I had no plan. But I wanted to do that traditional thing and make sure we are accepted by the family. The families. She's accepted by my family. I'm accepted by her family. I only had that money to pay ilobola. And after that, we did everything, the rituals. Yes, this is my wife. Traditionally, I'm happy. By the way, we've never had a white wedding. We did the traditional one. And then we went to PE. We did the and that's it.
And I find that should be sufficient.
Oh, it is. We are so content to say right.
Singabantu, yes. And even though we feel that that is sufficient, also it's okay for those that want to be extravagant to each their own sometimes.
450,000 one day. And easy.
Our 10-year anniversary.
When you guys got married, you didn't feel pressured for finances because I want to understand the link to the point he was making about financial
that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
I never felt the pressure.
Yeah.
Because she understood
my circumstances
Yeah.
and where I am financially. As we were saying before, Tina, our finances have always been on the table. The money that I had was the money to pay lobola.
Sure.
And
The rest. My love.
sizobambana ngezandla. We will see ukuthi sihamba siphuma siyapi.
So
Yet we're still here.
Bob the builder, Lily too.
Yeah,
You know? And
Right. Right.
Yeah, but anyway, I was working already at that time. But you know, I was more than willing to help and assist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
And most important thing that as black people, it gents, Mamelan, choose your wife, love your person, nichate. I'm not getting married to a mother.
Sure.
Abomambazala bayathanda ukungena izinto and bayamosha.
And angeke bayeke futhi bazo.
Bayamosha.
Sure.
I understand.
So you were saying,
I understand ukhulisiwe.
Yeah.
Kokwenu. But my dad cannot tell me how and what. This is not her marriage. This is my marriage.
So you were saying it is important, above all, put your wife, put your husband first.
Yes.
Once you decide to form a union and get married, leave the nest, put your partner first.
Yes.
You will see. It works like that.
Listen,
We involve them,
cannot
from time to time.
You cannot leave
But-
your mother's dream wedding that she was supposed to have.
Yeah.
Because that's what I've noticed is that's what's happening now. Emoshayo. Umamazala uyangena. Hayi umntana ndiyamazi mina akayithandi uthanda umngqusho. Ungena va.
Yeah. Mama zala.
Hamba uye pha. Nanke umuntu wakho pha. Understand? So luckily, me and my wife, my loving, abona mama ke notataki. They call me their firstborn. I love them to bits. They love me to bits.
Yeah.
Same as on the other side.
And this is the soft landing many people dream of.
Sure.
This is the soft landing many people are watching to learn how to sustain and maintain. Right? It is friendship. It is love. And I heard a third one, trust. Yeah.
Trust.
That's what it is. And we should not complicate these three simple things.
Yeah. No.
Friendship, love, trust. So I'm going to land us on this one, my friend. Take this. This is, please, this is just for the gender roles, right? Not for personalization for Rumjolo.
Okay.
But thoughts about your own personal
me have a seat.
relationship can
Okay, let's go.
actually inspire the answers, right? So we ask the question, I mean, I'll start, right? We ask the question, anyone can answer. Don't personalize it too much. As a representation of what you know about your gender.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right.
Why the answer?
All right.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're repping the ladies. You guys are repping the gents. Away. Alrighty. How do you feel when you share ideas about sex with your partner? So how do women feel when they share ideas about sex with their partners? A, respected and stimulated half the time. Based on experience, I'm wondering now. I wonder what our answers will be. I wonder if they'll be the same. Based on, respected and stimulated, that's A. B, listened to. C, ignored. D, embarrassed. So how do men make us feel mostly when we share ideas about sex with them? Do they mostly, as women, make us feel respected and stimulated? A, B, listened to. C, ignored. D, embarrassed. Take a moment, pick a letter.
Is this question for both of us?
No, it's for
us first.
Oh,
And then we can chop in. Which letter did you go?
Again? Let me get that straight.
So us women,
Yeah.
when we share ideas about sex with
the other
men,
gender.
to the other gender, how does it make us feel? Do we mostly feel A, respected and stimulated, B, listened to, C, ignored, D, embarrassed? I'm actually C.
Why?
And that's what I was saying, based on experience, right?
Yeah.
And this is where the gents can chip in. Based on my experience, this has nothing to do with a specific relationship, just experience with different partners. I feel like when you try and teach a man how to navigate your body, it almost falls on deaf ears. And I'm not sure if it's because the ego is not allowing for the listening to happen or the pride is not allowing for the listening to happen. But we seem to encounter the same sexual intimacy problems. I don't know how long it takes a man to figure out where the clit is. They miss it. And I'm all the time. And you may teach them, but it's almost like, but how, why do all of you get it wrong? Live location, send, So you see, this is why I feel most women probably of this list of answers, we feel ignored when we are trying to share with you enlightenment on this body. It's almost like you're the only person who knows the female body, and I, the carrier of the female body, shouldn't know it. So what can I teach you?
Sure. Hey, and to speak on that, I'll speak for the chats. No one's personalizing anything, right?
Yeah.
To be fair, we will never understand how good it feels to be, stimulated where you have 8,000 nerve endings. Like, I don't think it will ever, no man will ever understand how it feels. I think with more communication, of course, the reminders are also very necessary coming from you, my partner. You need to help me out and say, less pressure, Tom, more pressure, faster, slower. Once you've established that proper communication.
Or sometimes left, right. No, you missed a top, but okay, we just give up.
Yeah.
Well, I hear you, but Mina, I'll still generalize. And knowing my friends that I live with, but I am trying.
So is it ego?
Ego.
Okay, so this question is taken by the male ego. Okay, so we are ignored because of your ego.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is something that you must be held accountable for as men. Okay, awesome. On to the next. Question 2 on my slate. Can you let your partner see you truly as you are with all the secrets? As women, can we let men see us truly as we are with all the secrets? A, 100%. B, maybe there's a 5% we don't want to reveal. C, we hide some aspects of our personality. D, men barely know our real personality as women.
For me, it will be D.
Men barely know our real I agree with you.
They don't. They choose to, like, for instance, this weekend we went away.
Yeah.
I said to my husband, baby, can I have nothing? But you wearing earrings. And you've got 3 earrings on. Hey, Motamutim, which earrings?
I don't know how long this earring and what
It starts, man.
Yeah.
Well, they're all in the
Very ignorant human beings. And they don't pay attention to us. Yesterday you had green nails. Today you've got orange nails. How do you expect me to keep up with,
Yeah.
They choose to ignore. And Tina, we pay attention to every little thing that they do and we need to do.
Yeah. Gents?
What is in the question?
Can we women let men see us truly as we are with all our secrets?
So obviously the other way around can.
No, how do you see it from a guy's perspective?
From her answer.
From
She
my
just gave an
answer.
answer to that. So what's your perspective?
Put.
She feels like you are very ignorant human beings. I get we're generalizing.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
She feels that on behalf of women, her answer to this is men are not paying attention to us. They say things like, we can't even keep up with the color of your nails that you change every 2 weeks. Do you feel that you guys are not paying attention to us?
But riding off what you just said, I feel like women sometimes, they want you to know that thing and answer that thing at that moment.
We
and
keep
that's
up with you guys, but it's too much.
Is it a lot?
No, it's too much.
Do you feel that there's something that we women should understand about the nature of a man when he says it's too much to keep up with?
Understand we're not the same.
Help us understand what is too much about it then. What's too much about it?
I can't keep up with your nails. I can't keep up with what you were wearing. And there's, again, it comes back to, I understand, Uguti, you want me to keep up with those other things, but not as men, we carry a lot in terms of this union that we have and this unity and this family
you know? And I'll make an example. I sometimes feel Guti, she's very ignorant when it comes to business. Because I come back from home and she's the only person that I can tell, "G'day, babes, I went to this and then this is what they say." And she'll be busy doing something. You know, I'm like, and then I'll be like, "But this is what brings in money," but she's not listening to. You understand? And I feel, so it's like this. So you saw. Because she's the only person that I can voice out and tell, my day went like this. Then this person did say this, and then we are going to get that work. And this, you understand?
Yeah.
And I think it's okay for certain things to not be as important to you. You understand?
Yeah.
So I don't have tips on. No, I'll appreciate them on you, but they don't carry any weight for me personally. You understand? So I'll recognize them, I'll see them, they're nice, but now you're not gonna get the response you'd want to get or you'd expect to get from a person who's close. So your girlfriend will understand more.
I see what you mean.
I think the
also get what
answer
you
to
mean.
that is
So what's
both
the
parties must
solution?
not feel offended
Okay.
when we both are not on this on par with the feelings that we're supposed to. You know,
I feel you. I feel you. Okay, number 3. In the relationship, we would describe our partners as what? A, pretty and happy. B, happy, satisfied. C, they are usually pissed off. D, we hardly care anymore. We just go with the flow. This is in general, men and women, right? In the relationship, we would describe our partners, male or female, as what? Not the people we are in a relationship with, but just men generally, women generally. Pretty and happy, happy and satisfied. They usually are pissed off. We hardly care anymore. We just go with the flow, and that's the attitudes towards each other. I think men are mostly happy and satisfied.
All the time.
I was about to say, some gents, they think when they put money on the table, it's enough for, like, why are you not happy? I'm doing everything.
Yeah.
And it doesn't end there. It doesn't matter what you can afford. I can buy this and that and that. And us men, we think, Uti, because I'm pushing and there's nothing that she's doing, like, but it's everything. And
You know what I just thought of? I just thought now, so sorry. I just thought of this now, and I love your answer. Please hold that thought. I need that 30 seconds thing to time these answers on these games. Please, somebody remind me. Please make a mental note. If I don't remember during this shoot, I'm never going to remember.
Or we can get that guy that comes quick.
The 30-second guy, the 30-second guy. So we have to keep our answers short. And
cool.
Compact. Let's keep it moving, keep it moving. So you were saying, sir, yes, thank you.
Yeah, no, now my opinion on that is
happy and
is men, they'll just because there's everything. Control. You know, and you think, that's enough. It's not enough. Women, Joe, and kids, they want you.
100%. So you're coming to the point that I wanted to make.
Yes.
I think men are happy and satisfied because they put themselves first in a lot of the scenarios in a relationship, right? Men will always put themselves first. And then I feel like women are D on this one. We hardly ever care anymore in the long run. We just go with the flow.
Sure.
If you've decided this man and this relationship is the hill that I'm dying on, you're just going to go with the flow.
Yeah.
And if you're not leaving that man, you're just going to keep going with the flow and you hardly ever care anymore. I'm not sure if
and
that's...
there's no love there.
If that's a nice way to relationship.
And I think a lot of women are frustrated and agitated and just, and I'm saying this based off social media.
100%.
The things that are said and written, they're annoyed, complaining, men, why? So I don't think women are that, but again, on social media,
It makes me wonder if we really understand each other as genders. The fourth question, how do we react when we get angry with each other as men and women in general? How do we react when we get angry at each other? And the options are on your card.
A, I express my feelings and opinions honestly. B, I feel disappointed and leave without talking about it. C, I am afraid he or she will leave me. And D, I ignore the argument.
Sure.
It's mostly B.
I think it's a C also. Repeat B again.
Yeah, so B, I feel disappointed and leave without talking about it.
So men generally...
Leaving things hanging.
Yeah.
We do that a lot.
Men do that
And
a
then
lot.
we will raise it in another topic and then it becomes something
Bomb.
explosive.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
becomes a bomb.
Yeah.
We should correct that, right?
Yeah.
We should work on
Yeah.
it. I said B.
That was
You said C. You said C.
I said C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm afraid she will leave me.
I feel like women are always afraid that men will leave them. And therefore they try their level best to support the happy, satisfied tone of a man in the relationship. Keep him happy, keep him satisfied.
I ain't doing that.
But that's not conducive to the growth of an individual. Things must get uncomfortable. We must have uncomfortable conversations.
Yes.
We must love without attachment, without the fear that we will be left alone and without the fear that we will be abandoned. We must have healthy conflict that we are able to disagree on something and still feel safe and still feel that the relationship will stand this minor turbulence. Because disagreements are healthy for the growth of a person. So us women, I think in general, we tend to try and not be turbulent and not be argumentative because we're afraid we'll lose him. But you are there in his life to help raise him. And there's no way he's going to grow to his greatest potential if you're not questioning
Yeah,
him.
that's the saddest, hey?
You have to question
very
him.
sad.
You have to question his leadership, his decisions, his this, his that. And he must do the same for you because there's no way he must trust you as a support structure of his vision and you're not capable of holding the vision and walking with him. So we're afraid to lose each other and then our egos come in the way and then a simple thing that is made of love, friendship and trust diminishes.
Sure.
But I think mostly it's women that fear that.
Yeah, we
Because
fear
of
it the most.
self-doubt.
Yeah. We fear it the most. We fear to lose them. We really fear to lose you guys.
Because the other day we had a conversation, sorry to jump in,
No worries.
that men will pack their things and leave
Yeah.
as and when
Yeah.
they want to.
Yeah.
Tina, we will stick around for all the shit that happens.
Sure.
But and
We don't really have the guts because we're thinking, oh my fuck, the kids,
Yeah.
this, that I've invested so much in this relationship.
Yeah.
So for me to pack and go,
And I think a cool enyintone is that finances play a big role, especially in the way our country is set up and unemployment and all of that,
Yeah.
and how a lot of women rely on. You get that. So she's like,
Perhaps,
"Ish,
yeah.
so I'm not gonna have bread if I
Yeah.
do this." So that's also another reason that
Mina, getting to this the relationship. Another number one killer, gents, and I so wish couples can stop doing that. I mean, this thing of accusing your partner just because you don't have answers. Ukuthi uphuma up. Yeah, uyajola wena. And umuntu akajoli. But you keep on hearing that thing yokuthi uyajola. I might as well ngijole. It's happening.
sure.
And partners need to stop doing that. Yekani uloku ni busy ukuthi umuntu wakho kangamazi uphume wayapi okay uphumile in the morning and then uyobuya yeah wena I can see you are not the same. I'm sure you are being happy outside. Once you start doing that,
You are giving him the
you like now you become numb on that topic. And when it happens, it's okay.
It's like if you keep calling a child stupid, they're gonna give you a stupid attitude in return.
Yeah,
They
I'm
will.
already stupid.
I'm already stupid, so I might as well.
do stupid stuff.
100%.
Yes.
Listen, we have run out of time, unfortunately. I have more
lovely.
questions on the game to play, but we're going to forfeit those for a different episode. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. And the openness to share and put yourself in a space where you could easily be criticized by the public for the way that you guys are choosing to do stuff. But I think it's a beautiful thing to watch. I enjoy watching positive love, black love, It's a rare thing and it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So Raleboga for sharing your time with us.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
For the opportunity.
Quickly, before you go, we haven't done a sex tip in a while. Please give us a sex tip from your bedroom to us that we can possibly use. Anything that you guys do that works, you know.
But
60.
but like I
Okay,
said,
clearly we know don't spin the cuckoo for gogo.
Don't spin.
spin. It's not
No
gonna-
spinning cuckoos on this one.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, 60.
Spinning meaning I'm a spin on top of his dick. How am I going to spin on top? Like, I'm not a wheel. I'm not designed to spin on top.
No, it's not going to work. It's not going to
Mission
work.
Impossible.
What do you guys do that works for you? Any position that you guys really enjoy that is your go-to position? Like on a lazy Sunday, Metro FM in the background, beetroot smelling on the stove, and you're like, one quick one.
A lazy
One quick
Our
one.
lazy position
Yeah.
Yeah,
is me facing Rimaso.
What, side to side?
Yeah, side
Spooning?
to side.
Spooning?
Spooning, yes. That's our lazy position. We like, yeah.
Yo, and give me
In a
na-
Zia but I also love it.
And
It's
give me na-
amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
in close and mina unfit ne ikrampe ingibambe phela yonke into She's like hey
Yeah.
I think
Next thing runs to yourself.
Lovely. So for a
Yeah,
lazy
no.
Sunday afternoon, please do spoon. Oh my God, and it rhymes! For a lazy Sunday afternoon, please do spoon. Thank you so much for your time. This was
thank you for having us.
DINEO on sex and stuff. You're most welcome. We'll do it again on the next episode, yeah? Thank you very much. Mwah. Bye, sexies.